What is going on, people of YouTube? Hello, and really sorry these are a few days late. Had to, unfortunately, focus on real life stuff and work for a couple of days. But they're back now, so, you know, wipe away those tears and get ready. Because, well, they're here, aren't they? We're going to be doing 2 today on Thursday, and as well as that, we're going to be doing a stream, an admin stream, just creating the teams, and then 2 on Friday, and Saturday morning we'll release the prediction for the whole thing, so what you guys have done for the winners, the top run scorer, top wicket taker, and the player of the tournament, and as well as that, we'll also be looking at who I think, because I'm more important, let's be honest, who I think will win, and also with that, potentially who else maybe could be in a chance of going into the final stage. Basically just predicts the entire thing from start to finish, have a little bit of a laugh, a little bit of fun. Saturday evening, it goes down for good. So, with that being said, we've got team number 5, finally, on the way, and it is the man who basically does most of the hard work on this channel, Joel, from Joel's Moles. Also, sorry, Joel, from Joel's Moles. How could I forget? Well, I didn't forget, I did actually, did I? So I did forget. Joel from Joel's Moles. It's been so long since I said it. Gosh, my lord. And I even say it to him every time he messages me in Discord. I say Joel or Joel from Joel's Moles. Anyway, he has a team. Joel's Moles. One of the 3 teams not to change their name. With Cut Your Crushers and Atomic Eagles. The other 2, he's the last one not to change their name or become a new team. Either way. Yellow and burgundy. Interesting colour scheme. And he's picked quite a big team. Got 11 starters, he's got 8 on the bench. It is the second biggest squad in there, not the biggest because JW decided to have 22 players, Joel just a 19, and it's quite a good balanced team. I think one thing personally for me before we go into his lineup and what I think his lineup will be, I think Joel spent very well in the cheaper amounts. Now there were quite a few players that I think were good priced, cheap. I think he's picked up quite a few of them. And that cheap doesn't mean like 10 grand, 20 grand. Cheap is like between like 150 and below. So there are a few really good picks in there. We're going to go through his team now. Starting off, his 2 openers, Hasratullah Zazai and Jos Buttler. I think Hasratullah is a fantastic pick. He was one that was on my list, one that was a few picks away from me, and Joel nabbed him first. Really good pick there for the price that he's at. It's a really good pick, and if it doesn't work out as well, the best thing about it is that if it doesn't work out, it's not that much money wasted. He's got a replacement in Mohamed Naim, so there's replacements there. You could also start with maybe Pooran up top, Angus Guy up top. You know, there's a few good real alternatives there, so it's a really good pick. Hasratullah Zazai, Jos Buttler, for obvious reasons, I believe will be the wicketkeeper. You could again have Angus Guy, but I think Angus Guy offers you very good fielding, either slips in close, in the gully. He's very good and quick for the big guy that he is. I'd stick him under the lid, I think is the best way to go. So Buttler will keep, Angus Guy will not take the gloves. Pooran is at 3, Angus Guy's at 4, Hetmyer at 5. You've got a lovely left balance there from 1 to 5. I think Pooran and Hetmyer are 2 really good picks. The 2 Windies. It does mean that that's 3 of your potential 4/5 overseas players allowed in the squads, but they're 3 really good ones and 3 left-handers as well. Does that mean though in the future, if let's say Hasratullah and Hetmyer aren't performing, you lose those 2 left-handers? Because looking at the bench, is there the adequate changes you can make? Gorgeous George, would you stick him in at 5? Sam Curran have to maybe come in a bit deeper, maybe or up higher. Maybe Sam Curran is going to come in higher, and I've maybe underestimated the team, and Joel is picking it. So I don't know, but a lot of left-handers, a lot of it based on the overseas players, but really shrewd spending, because that's not, apart from Buttler, that isn't a very expensive front 5. And even front 6, if you include Michael Leask on that, the cameo man, a man who can bowl a bit, a man who can bat a bit. You don't really need anything else. You've got 5 out-and-out bowlers. If you want to chuck in an extra over or 2 from Leask, if someone's getting powered around, let's say Curran goes for 20 and then 15 in his first 2 overs, thinking might want to get an over away from him. Leask can break things up, and he's not a bad man to have breaking it up as well. So really good balance there in that front 6. Rashid Khan I've stuck at 7. Really is a toss-up. I presume Curran will start at 7, but I've stuck Rashid Khan there just because I really like his iron wrists when he bats. He just sort of doesn't really do anything, flicks the ball, goes for 6. I think Sam Curran's more explosive, but I just like Rashid Khan more. So it could be Sam Curran or Rashid Khan, either one of them, 7 or 8, but Rashid Khan a great player to have, a little bit of leg spin, yeah, and he can bat as well, so it's a really good pick that. Sam Curran, Chris Jordan, Jamie Cairns and Josh Hazlewood round out the bowling attack. Again, it's really balanced bowling attack. I do look at this team and I think maybe I've got the team wrong. I do think, looking at other teams, I think everyone, barring I believe me, has gone in and got a pace bowler, like a raw pace. They've got 2 there, Billy Stanlake and Tamal Mills. I'm not sure how either of them get in though, because if Billy Stanlake's going to come in, that means one of the front 3 of Zazai, Paul Rand or Hetmeyer are going to have to go. Maybe drop Rashid Khan or even Josh Hazlewood. I just can't see Stanlake getting in unless it's for an injury, or maybe just resting a player that has been maybe getting picked apart a bit. Maybe Hazlewood has a couple of bad games. You stick Stanlake in to give him a bit of a break and bring him in for the game number 4. Tamal Mills as well. Again, it's the same thing. You've got to have those 3 Scots in there. So Guy Leask and Cairns have to play unless Charles Meany comes in for one of the foreign players, in which case you're limiting the amount of times you can get a foreign player in. But Tamal Mills, I just can't see him getting in either. I mean, Josh Buttler, you can't replace Mal Mills with Josh Buttler. And it's Sam Curran, who will not. I believe he's going to be captain. He will not go. And also Chris Jordan, who again I think offers up so much experience in the T20 game. Will Chris Jordan potentially go? I'm just not sure, really. I'm just not sure. But all in all, he's got a lot of choice on the bench. You're looking at Charles Meany, George Garton, Callum Parkinson, Tamal Mills. Even there, you've got Mohamed Naim and Josh Woods. I just think it's a little bit light on the batting looking at that. Charles Meany, a good all-rounder, could come in between sort of, I'd say, 4 at a push, but 5 and 7. Naim maybe to open, and Josh Wood maybe that 5-7 mark keeping as well, just in case Josh Buttler gets an injury. But again, I think there's not that many. It's clearly a team that looks set with the batting, but will change a lot with the bowling depending on the surface. If you've got a grassy deck, maybe Jamie Cairns comes out and you have Rory Hanley coming in. If it's a spinning deck, maybe you do take someone like Hazlewood or Jordan out and you bring in another spinner in Callum Parkinson. Maybe even just bring in Charles Meany for a game or 2 if Hetmeyer's not performing. It's a team that can have a lot of changes, but a lot of changes towards the back end of the lineup, the bowlers. The batting, I think, will by default, I think, have to stay the same, which does make me worry, because a lot of times in this tournament we've seen players come in and just struggle to get going with the bat. That's not only the players that come in for a cheaper price, that's the players that come in for a really expensive price. But I've said what I need to say. Let's look at what Joel thinks about his team. I think my draft went very well. Almost all my picks were drafted, except I'm slightly concerned by the absence of an anchor. I'm obviously excited to see how Sammy gets on, but also young Angus Guy and Hasratullah Zazai. I would have loved to have drafted Jofra Archer. So I think it's the right concern there from Joel, is that you look at that team, there maybe just isn't that anchor. There isn't that man. I'd say that the role that maybe, for a good example in Supreme's team, the role that David Milan will play, I think he won't be dropped for the for any game. I think he'll come in, even if he's going to run a ball for most of the innings. He's there to noodle it around, not do anything too explosive, and get the other batters firing around him. I do think Joel is missing that. It's a worthy concern, but he's also got the firepower to maybe think, can you just go gung-ho without it? And if you have got the people that just get it out and out and out, you look at the number 6, it's number 9, Leask can fire it, Rashid Khan can fire it, Sammy Curran can fire it, and Chris Jordan can fire it. So you've got batting quite deep. So there isn't, I'd say, too much of a concern with that anchor, but it is that one point in the batting that has been missed. Will it come back to haunt Joel? I'm not sure. But for now, I bid you all a farewell. As I say, tonight live we are going for a, I don't know why I did Yoda there. Tonight live we are going live tonight, because I'm a bit of an idiot, for the for a admin stream. For anyone who's not creating their team, on the Cricket 22 doesn't have it or doesn't want to, we'll be creating your teams here and then doing the kits as well. And yeah, that way, if anyone else wants me to create their teams though with the correct player ratings that you saw on the draft sheet, also let me know. But cheers all for watching. I can confirm you have been an audience, and I'll see you all again very soon. This is released at 5, the next one is released at 7, and the stream will be a bit later than that, maybe 8:30. Cheers all for watching, have a good day, and see you very soon. Goodbye.